Hello and welcome to The Lab, a Minecraft podcast where we explore, experiment, and theorize about all things Minecraft. I am MinerThoughts, and with me is my co-host, my brother from down under, The1Troj.
Hello.
Back from not PAX.
Not PAX.
Back from TGX.
TGX. I'm still recovering. That was insane, but I'm back. It was a great experience. I do thank the Game Expo for inviting me down as a content creator, but it was 2.5 days of go, including plane delays getting down there, but such an awesome experience. Like, got to meet so many people, so many opportunities have opened up for both myself and Interims. Can't wait to share some of them with the content creators on the group, but it's just such an experience.
Yeah, and I could tell by the look in yours and DTG's faces, the little videos that you were sharing on socials, that you were getting worn down. You had that like, I'm tired, but I've had fun.
Well, we got delayed leaving our hometown, so we got into Melbourne late, like over an hour late. We were already going to be late in there anyway, but we basically landed and we had 1 hour to get across to the supermarket, grab some supplies for the weekend, and then go and find something for dinner. So we only got to bed, I think, at probably about 2 a.m. And then we were at the show at 9 a.m. So we were already behind the 8 ball. And literally the whole time that we were there from 9. Then we went there to lunchtime, till about lunch. And then we went and had lunch. And then we came back till about 5. We only sat down probably once that whole time. And it was just go. Then we caught up with Mummy Sparklecraft, Code Arcanist, Sim, my mod Sim was there. Sim. Hi, Sim. And then who else? Caught up with Angel Naomi, Just Dash. Oh, so many. Like, I can't even remember everybody that I met. I've got them all followed in that now, but it was such an experience. And then that night, we were supposed to go out with Naomi and Dash and them, that whole crew. We were supposed to go 10-pin bowling with them, but unfortunately, they'd booked a place on the other side of Melbourne. Now, fortunately, Melbourne has free trams that travel, so you can sort of jump on and go. But where they were was half an hour away from where we were staying. So we walked, we jumped all across all these different trams. We finally got to the place to find out that at 8 p.m. becomes an 18-plus venue because they start selling alcohol. And it was like, and no one knew, and was like, oh no. So we said goodbye to them. It was like, have a good night, enjoy yourselves. So DTG and I headed back to where we came from, where we discovered, and I knew it was there because I've spent a lot of time in Melbourne for work over the last 10 years. I knew it was there. He had no idea. And it was a massive video game arcade. And it just so happens that it had laser tag, laser skirmish. We, from 10 o'clock to midnight, played laser skirmish for 2 hours. I was so exhausted. Then we got home, we ate, we got home, and we were back up and into it the next day. And it was so tiring, but as a content creator for the first time to something was such an amazing experience. And I was lucky enough on the second day, I was up in the VIP lounge grabbing a drink, and I actually got to speak to the director, the owner of TGX, speaking to him for about half an hour. And I'm going next year, apparently. So,
yeah,
yay, good experience.
And then possibly PAX coming up. So
we got PAX Australia in October. I'm going to it, not necessarily as I've applied for a content creator. Won't get it because I don't think I'll get it. I'm going anyway. I've bought tickets, and basically the entire Aussie contingent from Interrealms is going. We've got the Aussie adjacent chemist. We can't call him an Aussie. He's not an Aussie. He hasn't earned his stripes yet. He hasn't seen a snake. He hasn't been sunburnt. He hasn't got his stripes yet. But he's going, and then the excitement seemed to go through Interrealms, and we've got people thinking of coming over internationally for it. So you got Tim and Terry's thinking about coming. Blind Cubsy's thinking about coming down for it as well. And it's like, it's a good time. Our economy is, so your currency is good. Now's the time. So it could be a de facto Interrealms meetup, and PAX in October.
Well, even Reimagine. Can't do it this year, but let's explore next year.
It could be becoming the thing.
So yeah, well, while all this was going on,
Yes.
there was something else that happened in the world of Minecraft.
Yeah, we woke
Maybe
up.
we should discuss that.
We should.
Because this is the lab
Amazing.
of Minecraft
It's
podcast.
it's not the Troj podcast. Yeah, that is true. But we woke up after that second night of TGX to Minecraft Live. And Minecraft Live.
You mean Minecraft pre-recorded?
Minecraft pre-recorded live.
Minecraft pre-recorded but airing live.
Correct. But yes, no, it's interesting that they still call it live because it's not live anymore.
No, it's not live. It's those days are gone, I believe. And it has gotten shorter and shorter. It's pretty much like, think of it as like what Nintendo Direct does. They just showcase what they've got coming up, whether it's a new console, a new game, a movie. That's what we got this year.
You know what though, and I know it's the community's fault because of how toxic certain elements of it are, but I miss the big reveal.
Oh, definitely.
I miss it. It doesn't have the same.
Right.
I'd get up and watch, but after last year's, it was like, why am I up? That was it.
Yeah. You end up watching the VOD of the live.
Yeah, yeah,
so to speak.
Yeah, basically, I miss the big reveal, and it is the community's fault. 100%. That's why they've gone this way. I get it. I understand it. But this is, for me, there's something that magic is not there anymore. Like what we got looked at was interesting. It's cool. We'll deep dive it, but I don't know. It's just missing that. It's missing the oomph.
Yeah,
the magic's not there.
They showed off more of the Minecraft movie that's coming out, and yes, we will do our April episode of Does It Adapt. Will be the Minecraft movie. Are we doing a
crossover?
We can.
I think we should. I think we can. It makes sense.
But it's going to be interesting how that gets received. I think people are already seeing it or have seen it, but I don't know. We'll see.
I think it's shaping up well. So I know the kids and I are planning to see it very, very early on. So hopefully that continues. But some of the new features that they announced, it's all very interesting. Vanilla shaders for a start.
Yeah, that one is a bit confusing for me. I understand that, they want something that's the base game, that's something that's an option for vanilla that works across all platforms, is a shader pack, but it's something that Java players have had the option for a while.
Yeah, but to me, it just seems like this could be the conspiracy theory coming out, but it's like they're trying to give Bedrock everything that Java has so that people go, what's the point of having Java? Like it looks like they're targeting the points of difference that Java has in its favor to give it to Bedrock. Now, is it a case of trying to get parity, or is it a case of subtly suggesting that people should cross over to Bedrock so we can get rid of Java?
I don't know, because as of recording, the latest Bedrock preview is, there's a reason why a lot of people call it Bug Rock, because it is broken.
Look, I know we've said in the past that it always seems like that we're probably sure from a financial perspective it would make them be much better off for Mojang to just have Bedrock. But it just feels so, when I play Bedrock, it just feels so broken. It doesn't feel complete. And that's because you're probably used to Java and the way Java works. Yeah, I don't know. I can see like this subtle trend, like with hardcore, with the recording feature, the shaders, taking all the points of difference that make Java unique and interesting as an option, putting them over here. It just seems like that might be on the agenda to subtly suggest more people come that way. And that makes sense because they make the most money off Bedrock than what they do from Java. So it makes sense, but But it'd be interesting to see. Like, I think it's an interesting approach because most of the shaders that I've used will change the world or they operate as you would expect them to operate in the real world, but this one will align with the pixels and be very Minecrafty. So it'd be interesting to look at it and see how it works, particularly performance-wise, because some of the shader packs with Java can be system hogs.
Oh, definitely.
And really, really impact. So it's going to be interesting how to see the vanilla ones work in terms of game performance.
Yeah, and to get certain things running correctly in Java, you have to use additional mods to optimize your system, and get it to run correctly.
But yeah, well, let's keep. I'm not against that. I think and they said Java will get it eventually as well. But it's surprising that they've taken another thing from the modded realm and sticking it into.
But it's something that was kind of announced a while ago that we're just now seeing.
That's true.
So,
well, it's the same with anything. They don't just what they announce isn't just what they've just been thinking about in the last 5 minutes. It's they started working on the back end right back at 1.18. They were making changes. When they brought out 1.21, the difference in the back end between 1.21 to 1.21.4 is very, very big. It doesn't look that way to the common player, but when you're running a server and you've got various custom resource packs and stuff working, you will know that the changes between those versions is very big. Like the custom model data that we've had for like all the stuff that we've got on Interrealms, we've had to rework that completely because it's a completely different system now. So much stuff got broken. All the resource packs that I had made for my own stuff didn't work. So even some of the vanilla tweak stuff broke because of it. So they've been putting these in place for a long time. So as you're right. We're only seeing the onflow of that now.
Right. And and just as this drop happens for spring, they're already talking about the next one for summer. And it's discussions we've had before about when's the best time to update and how we're going to handle updates, and as server operators, how big of a headache, and mod makers, how big of a headache it is for them. They're over the next couple of months leading up to summer, we're going to start seeing new snapshots and things being added, as well as what we saw in this Minecraft Live.
Yeah, and we've already talked about it as admins for Interrealms. We're not updating for this one. There's not enough in it. There's not enough in it. Unless there's someone that really, really wants leaf litter, there's not that much in it.
I kind of wanted the different pigs because I wanted to see if they tasted different, but I'll get by.
Maybe just open up your own snapshot for that one. But that wasn't the most surprising thing for me.
Oh yeah. People thought the shaders felt modded. What we got next, that was the reaction from a lot of people in the Interrealms Discord that, wow, this feels modded. I don't know how to feel.
I am really on the fence. The Ghast situation. I don't know how to feel. Sometimes I look at it and go, it's got potential. And it does have potential. But then it's like, is this the right package? Like, okay, let's break it down. Flying mount. I like it. I think having a flying mount is good. The fact that we asked for something added to the Nether a few episodes back. We said, be good, it's been a while since the Nether was touched. So let's have something. And technically they've added something to the Nether. One little tiny thing. The ability to have people on this flying mount as well as the one person, I like. But my question is twofold. Is a variant of the Ghast the right move? And is the look right for the game?
Two things on that. Two thoughts. Minor thoughts. I think from a lore perspective, and here's why. From a lore perspective, I think it fits. And it's because an artist drew a picture of the bone structure that you find these dried ghasts at in the Soul Sand Valley.
Mm-hmm.
And from a lore perspective, that kind of makes sense. But these bone structures that you find in the Nether, in Soul Sand Valleys, that have been there since the Nether has been updated, they've been there for a while, and we figured, oh, they're just, bone blocks in the nether. But with the addition of this dried gas, where you find them next to these structures, it makes sense from a lore perspective. And now on the flip side of that thought is the look after they're grown up and tamed and the saddle is put on. That needs some tweaking because I admit, when you find them to when they're growing up, where they're fully grown, it's cute. It's a happy gas. The the whole mountable, rideable glasses, I don't know. Off. It just that's what makes it feel modded for me. Like,
yeah, I agree.
Really modded.
Like, okay, riding a pig is goofy. I get that. But I can't think off the top of my head anything else that looks as goofy as that in the game. To me, it felt, when I saw it, my initial reaction was that it looks so out of place. Now, I think it has potential. You can build in the sky a lot easier now. It's an early game of flight without using wings. I think it's a feature that's going to be used actually quite a lot. My first thought is you can have an airship port now with actually being used. I don't like the look of it. It just looks goofy. And I know Minecraft is not exactly the most realistically set game, but this itself looks goofy. It looks modded, and the functionality of it I like. I think I would change it a little bit. I wouldn't. I've heard people saying, "Oh, can we please, have storage on it so we can transport materials?" I don't think it should have that, because I think that would take away from the early use of the llama and the caravans. But I would like to see it allowed to carry animals.
Yeah, well,
because then you still use the llamas for your storage.
And or boats. Can you place a boat on it? Got to get into the snapshots as soon as we get them. No, I've heard a lot of the comments and complaints that this is one of the biggest passive mobs, I guess you would consider it. That it's big, and one of the complaints is the pixel count. The smaller mobs, they're not highly detailed, but the reason why it looks modded is because they put a lot of detail in it for such a large mob. I think if they maybe tone that down a little, it won't look so off.
I think that's also why it doesn't seem to make sense, because I'm looking at the picture now on the Minecraft website, and it uses the same saddle and wool layer texture as how a llama looks when you put it on a llama. It's got a saddle with stirrups. That makes no sense, because the characters are like this, the ghast is like this. What the hell is riding that thing that it needs a stirrup?
Exactly. Yeah, where's the lore to support that?
I mean, look, I get I get the design. They kept it similar to like how a llama looks, and I get the goggles. It's like through the air, but it just looks too goofy. I don't. Right. I'm not overly critical all the time, but this I need to work on. They really do. Yeah.
I think the glasses need to be an option, because I get it. It's a flying mob. But the goggles are meant for people that fly or parachute or whatever. It's because of the immense speed and how fast you're going. Your eyes will get dried out. These things don't go very fast.
But the potential uses for them, though, very good. Like as I said, early exploration is going to be a lot easier of the map, because you can fly around it. You don't have to traverse terrain. PvP wise, I know people are already saying, it's like a drop ship. Give people maces and drop them off. No, they drop down. The ability to build, but also one thought that I had was no more bridging in the end when you go looking for your first elytra. Bridging now is not a thing anymore, because you just grab one of these and fly around the end. So
right, and
it's a good addition. Overall, it's a good addition. The execution of it is what I've got questions about.
Yeah, and you can bring water. That makes sense. So you can bring water into the end and nurture one of these until they grow up. And yeah, who needs elytras anymore to get to the end cities? To get their first elytra. But it makes me think: is what's next? What kind of theme they're going for? Because with the spring drop, as things came out, we kind of got the idea of okay, this we're going for. It's coming out in the spring. We're getting spring type things. We're getting life, different variants of mobs, leaf litter, uh, nature ambience. We finally got the fallen trees and different things of that nature to where as things were released for the drop, you got a clear picture. With this first feature or bit of information that we've gotten with this first thing is like, okay, Mojang, we know you like to just do your own thing. You know, everybody clearly wants an end update, but I don't think I still don't think we're getting it. Where are you going with this?
Yeah. Is it a sky thing that like we're talking about the sky now? Are we like it's
is it a
I don't
sky
know.
biome? Are we going to get a sky biome?
Are we going to get
Who
floating
knows?
islands? That's from modded,
Right.
then how do you get to a floating island? Gas.
True.
New biome, floating island biome.
I mean, you do have floating islands in if you're playing amplified.
That's true, and then you'll get them as well if you got a bit of janky generation, but not a specific one. No.
So I suppose over the next few months, we'll get more and more revealed. We, with Mojang, it's pretty much just wait and see what happens. And, I don't know. We'll wait and see. We try. And there are people that will put out video after video after video, to try and get clickbait on theories and then put on their tinfoil hats and try to figure out what Mojang's doing based on little tiny things. But really, we don't know. We didn't expect a flying mob. Who predicted that?
There was a little bit of leakage around that people were sort of surmising that there was going to be a flying mount, which does make sense. Like we've got a mount for lava, we got a horse, we got a pig. Makes sense, I guess, to have a flying mount of some description. But I just still we haven't talked about the locator bar yet either. But I just question the delivery at this stage of it. That's my thought.
Right.
And the locator bar, hopefully it's toggleable, because in certain game styles that you might want to play, you don't want a locator bar of other players.
Right. I do know that you as a server admin can run a command to have it on or off. So
good.
That's
problems. All my concerns now are allayed with that one, because as soon as I saw it, I was going, well, because when we play at that Huntcrafts or Netherlook Better or something, that would completely destroy it.
Yeah, exactly. What do you guys think, dear listeners, our loyal listeners? What do you guys think of what Mojang has given us? Some of the stuff we knew about, the movie, the shaders, but this flying mob. What do you really think? You can let us know in many different ways. You can talk to us on the Discord, the Interrealms SMP Discord. You can go to the email, the Gmail, at minecraftlabpodcast@gmail.com. Drop us a line there if you want to ask a question. But you can also reach us on the socials at Twitter, X, at MCLab_podcast on Twitter, and on Blue Sky at Lab MC Podcast. And of course, all these links and more are down in the description. And you can always find all these episodes and more on the interrealmssmp.com website. Click connect up at the top, and you'll find podcasts, and all the lab podcast and more are all found there.
And by the time you hear us next, the Minecraft movie will have been released. And all being going to plan, I would have seen it with my kids. So, honestly, I can't wait for it. I think it looks good. I think it looks great.
I'm not sure when the Bearded Bard and I are seeing it, but we do plan on seeing it because we've got to either gush about it on Does It Adapt or tear it apart. We'll just see what happens.
I think there'll be a fair degree of both. I think, they're not going to please everybody with it, but I just think with what I've seen of it now, everything, I think they've captured the essence of it. So it just feels from the shorts that they've embraced the goofiness that is Minecraft.
Right. And for those that may have not listened to Does It Adapt, that the Bearded Bard and my son Josh and I do, it's kind of a more mature stream, but we decide, since this is a crossover with the lab, that we will censor that one. So, but I mean, nice. But in a different way. I'll use Minecraft sounds.
Okay, you're editing this one then.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah. But with that, that's about it for us this week, I think.
Good discussion, and we will see you in the next one.
You will.
This has been a production of the Interrealms Podcast Network. For more information, go to podcast.interrealmssmp.com. You can see that full link in the description of this episode. Thank you for listening.